It feels like a must-win game for the Kansas City Royals here in game number 3. They return home after dropping the first 2 games of this American League Championship Series on the road in Seattle, Washington at T-Mobile Park to the 104-win Mariners. But the Royals now look to return home to Kauffman Stadium, but they will return without their star shortstop. I know he's been struggling throughout the postseason, but still it means something when Bobby Witt Jr. is not in the lineup, and that's what will be happening for the Royals here throughout the entirety of this 2025 postseason and beyond. Obviously, Witt will be back for next season, but Witt is done for the postseason as he is injured. He has broken his forearm. Moving into the shortstop position now for the Royals, it will be Michael Garcia, and instead of Alec Bohm continuing his duties at third base, we have given him the night off. We will look at Jeter Downs. Yes, Downs has now entered the playoff roster because of the Witt injury. Downs will be at third base. Garcia will be at shortstop. We will have a new look infield for the Royals tonight because whatever has been going down in games 1 and 2 have not been working so far. Only 3 runs combined in the first 2 games of this series. Not ideal, even though the Royals again have only lost by 1 run in each of the first 2 games of this series. And as Asa Lacy takes them out here in game number 3, folks, if you haven't yet though, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for some more Royals franchise mode here on the channel. There is the aforementioned Asa Lacy 0-1 record so far in the postseason, 16.2 ERA. That was over 1 game. Let's see what Lacy can do here in game number 3 against Seattle. He will get Francisco Lindor, the star shortstop, to pop out, and immediately Jeter Downs will touch the baseball right there. Downs will make the play. 1 gone for Alex Verdugo on the 2-1 pitch. Verdugo, though, going to put 1 into left field. That ball's going to get down, and Alex Verdugo should have a double here in the top of the first, which he will. Putting a runner in scoring position now for the 3 spot in Julio Rodriguez. 1-1 pitch. Rodriguez right to second. Straight to Luis Garcia. 2 gone. Runner on third. Big spot for Teoscar Hernandez. And Hernandez is going to put 1 on the ground right to Jeter Downs. Downs will put away Hernandez at first. Let's now move into the bottom of the first inning. In comes Logan Gilbert to pitch. ERA of 1.23 so far this season, over the postseason, obviously. And Dylan Carlson will lead things off for the Royals. And on the 2-2 pitch, Carlson going to put a fastball into center field, and that ball will die out in front of the speedy Rodriguez. Carlson will be on first base again for the Royals. This is a Mariners team that they're playing who, oh, by the way, Pasquantino strikes out and Carlson's going to get thrown out. By the way, I'll make my point that I was going to make in a second. Your new Royals lineup goes Salvador Perez in the 3 spot. He will have a double right there going opposite way against the shift. But your new lineup for the Royals will be Carlson, Pasquantino, Perez, Peterson, Santander, Melendez, Downs, Garcia, and Garcia. Luis going first, and then Michael. Here comes Jock Peterson, though, on a 3-2 pitch with the runner on second base, and he's going to ground out. So we get aggressive on the base paths with Dylan Carlson trying to steal. With Vinny Pasquantino to the plate, obviously they get 2 off of that stolen base attempt, and then Salvi Perez comes up and it's a double, but there's no runners on. So going in to the top of the second, leadoff single for Seattle, but then a strikeout there, Brian De La Cruz. 1 gone for Oliver Perez on the 1-2 pitch. Perez blasts 1 deep left field. That one's hit a mile out there off the wall, but it will score 1 easy. The Mariners gonna go up 1-0 thanks to a huge double by Oliver Perez. Seattle again looks to stay undefeated in the postseason with a win here tonight. Max Muncy hits 1 to left field. MJ Melendez is going to come up throwing, but they hold Perez at third, so they're on the corners with 1 out. Big spot for Seth Brown on the 1-1 pitch. That ball's on the ground of Vinny Pasquantino. Pasquantino, okay, going to step on first base, doesn't get the out at second, so runner scores. And a runner on second base, 2-0 for Francisco Lindor. Lindor on the ground to Luis Garcia. So the damage has been done, though. The Mariners get 2 as we go into the bottom of the second. And the way the Royals bats have been hitting, let's be honest, that might be a little bit tough. I feel like, honestly, the way this team is trending, we just need, I know we're in a spot where, okay, sure, we're still 4 games away from the World Series, but my goodness, MJ Melendez hits 1 hard on the ground, but right to Gleyber Torres. Torres dives to make the play, makes the play. Jeter Downs will strike out on a 3-2 pitch, but I feel like we're in a spot where we just need to improve. Like, yeah, this team is good, but they're just not on the level of a team like this Mariners squad, and sure, we can get, we can catch fire and get somewhat lucky in points like that series against New York and the Yankees. But against a team like this in Seattle, it is just so difficult to get past this squad. They are so good. They are that talented. And our pitching can only take us so far. When we've got bats like this, Luis Garcia, who we like, who's one of our better guys, who probably is a long-term guy on the squad, we just need to hit the ball well. Michael Garcia can't even put the ball in play. Dylan Carlson on the 2-2 pitch, he's going to get popped out. We lack power, really. We're lacking firepower. It's just tough, I feel like. And of course, we still have a shot to go to the World Series, but it feels like we're always trailing in a lot of these games and we're struggling really with the bats. I mean, Asa Lacy's going to do his best to keep us in this game, and he's doing all right, but again, we have no runs. I know it's only been 3 innings, but we need to find a way to get some runs on the board, as Asa Lacy is through 4 innings, only giving up 2 runs. Not a bad start so far. Vinny Pasquantino will lead off the bottom of the 4th. It's tough when Pasquantino is one of our better hitters, and yes, he's a very good contact guy, but really with Pasquantino, he's not able to put it out that much, which is fine. He does his job. Salvi Perez is very hit or miss. He has a double earlier in this game, and now Perez can hit a fastball high in the air in right field. That ball will be caught out there by Teoscar Hernandez, but I feel like you got to get a lot of credit too also to the Mariners. This team is very solid and very talented. I mean, we did sweep the Guardians in the first round, but then we got to the Yankees, tough series, but here, Jock Peterson, oh my goodness. Peterson gets a hold of one, but it is caught at the wall by Julio Rodriguez. The point I was getting to is that we were playing good baseball until we got to Seattle, and now that the Mariners are in the picture, it's just been tough for us. As Seth Brown, you know it's difficult when the 9 spot, and Seth Brown is launching baseballs like that. Brown makes this game 3-0, his 5th home run of the postseason. It goes 371 feet, and for the Seattle Mariners, again, 3-0 is now our score with Francisco Lindor up on the 1-2 pitch. Lindor right back to the mound and straight to Asa Lacy. Lacy's got it, 2 gone for the 2 spot in Alex Verdugo on the 1-2 pitch. Verdugo strikes out on the slider away. 3-0 is our score going into the bottom of the 5th. Leading things off for the Royals will be Anthony Santander on the 2-1 pitch. Santander on the ground to second base, and there goes Gleyber Torres. I think one of the spots we need to definitely improve in the offseason will be third base. Obviously, I don't think Jeter Downs is the future at third base, nor do I think Alec Boehm's the future at third base either. I think we need to move probably Boehm in the offseason, and I really want to look in free agency at third base because Jeter Downs right there striking out to end the 5th inning. Obviously, he's not that guy at third base, but I think if we can get a big free agent at third base, that'll really help us a lot. Dylan Coleman going to come in and pitch, and our bullpen's been probably one of the bright spots of this team. The bullpen is very solid with guys like Dylan Coleman, Aroldis Chapman, Scott Barlow, Jordan Hicks, Blake Trinan. The guys at the pen have been dominant. Andrew Chafin as well. Our guys in the pen have been really good for us pretty much all season long for the most part, as there goes Coleman coming into the game, picking up 2 outs. Gleyber Torres now going to strike out. They're going to say looking on the fastball up and in. Again, Coleman does his job. So let's go to the bottom of the 6th. Luis Garcia, there you go. Leadoff single. Garcia going to blast one into right field. He'll be on first base now for Michael Garcia. On the 1-1, we're going to try to push bunt with them, and Luis's will be out at second. Okay, Michael will be on first. It gets more speed on the base path. Dylan Carlson now comes up on the 1-1. We send Michael. Try to go ahead and run. Carlson hits it right to the first baseman. So runner on second, 2 outs. Vinny Pasquantino going to hit one in center field. There is Julio Rodriguez. So the Royals get nothing in the bottom of the 6th. To the top of the 7th, Dylan Coleman still pitching. He'll strike out Brian De La Cruz on a slider away. 1 out for Oliver Perez on the 2-2 pitch. Perez going to put one on the ground to Jeter Downs. Downs charge again, and he'll put away Perez at first base. 2 outs for the 8th spot, and Max Muncy on the 1-2 pitch. Muncy swing and a miss on the fastball up and in. Gotta get runs on the board quick. To the bottom of the 7th, Salvador Perez, don't hang that. Oh, hell no. Logan Gilbert hangs a slider. Salvador Perez sends that one deep in the seats in left field as the Royals now inch in closer. It's a 2-run game. 3-1 with Salvador Perez's 4th home run of the postseason. It goes 410 feet. A huge fly again from Salvi Perez. We'll see what the Royals can cook up here in the bottom of the 7th and on, as Penn Murphy now pitching for Seattle. Here at 4.91 so far in the postseason over 3 2/3 innings. It's a really hittable pitcher for Kansas City, as Jock Peterson going to hit one straight into the shift and right to the second baseman in Gleyber Torres. 1 out for Anthony Santander, and Santander puts one on the ground right to Torres again. So just like that, Murphy comes in, produces 2 outs, both to Torres, as MJ Melendez steps up on the 1-1 pitch, and Melendez going to kind of get jammed on the fastball there as Julio Rodriguez. To the top of the 8th. Aroldis Chapman now pitching for the Royals here at 3.38 so far this season, over 2 2/3 innings, of course, in the postseason. Seth Brown comes up first. Homer in his last AB this time. Chapman will strike him out on the slider away. Francisco Lindor now comes up on the 1-1. Oh my goodness, you can tell off the bat. 109 for Francisco Lindor. Lindor deep in the left field makes this a 4-1 game, 421 feet, his 3rd of the postseason. The Mariners slowly taking over here in game number 3, trying to take that which feels insurmountable 3-0 series lead. I mean, obviously it's possible to come back from it, but it's just going to be such a tough deficit for the Royals, especially against this Mariners team to do it. We'd be lucky. We'd be really lucky, I think really fortunate, to get the series back to Seattle. That would mean we'd need to win games 4 and 5. I'm hoping we can win a game 4. I just don't know. It's going to be tough, especially, again, you go into their bullpen. We're seeing Andres Munoz, who throws 101. Michael Garcia with 2 outs tries to bunt again. It tries to put him the drag, but they're all over it. Max Muncy not known for his fielding. And honestly, that's the reason we got rid of him, but he's going to make the play right there against Michael Garcia. Chapman goes top 9, 1, 2, 3. That's fine. On it to the bottom of the ninth, Alexis Diaz now pitching for the Mariners, ERA of 3 so far this postseason. Will come out for the save. Dylan Carlson up first, 1, 2, 3 up for the Royals, but Carlson is going to be too late. On the fastball, you see Andres Munoz as the setup man in the 8th inning, and now you see Alexis Diaz. Vinny Pasquantino barely hits one to short, right to Francisco Lindor. Final out for the Royals will come in the form of Salvi Perez. He's the only reason we have a run right now, and Perez can hit that ball into center field to Julio Rodriguez. That ball is going to be caught. Honestly, I know we've got a game 4 to play. I know potentially we might have a game 5 and hopefully a game 6, but really it just feels like the Royals need to really improve in the offseason. I just don't think we have the firepower to hang with a team like the Mariners. And really, I think this is the only team we can't hang with, if I'm being honest. I think we did fine against the Yankees. We were competitive with the Guardians. We swept the Guardians. I think we'd be really close with some of those teams in the National League as well. Currently in the National League, the NLCS, it's Cardinals and Giants. It's 3-1 for the Cardinals. I think we'd be competitive with both St. Louis and San Francisco. I feel like this Mariners team is by far the best team in baseball, and this is the team that we have to be striving to beat. Because we are not a bad baseball team, but compared to the Seattle Mariners, we really need to improve. So again, we will try for game 4. We'll try for so on and so forth here in this ALCS, but I feel like if this is it, this season in 2025, we are building in preparation for the Mariners. This is the team we are looking to beat. This is the best team in baseball, and we have to have our, 100% focus on this Mariners squad. Of course, we will try in game 4, and we are going to try for the rest of the series, but that's what we're looking for the future. So, folks, thank y'all for watching episode number 54 of the Kansas City Royals franchise mode here on MLB The Show 23. If you haven't yet, though, make sure that subscribe button down below for more. Make sure to like if you are enjoying the series so far. Give us a hand for watching, and Mamba forever.